Hmm. Maybe it's a soul calling. Maybe you've been there once before, but you didn't have a full spiritual experience. It wasn't a pilgrimage. Hmm. Our soul is being led to different power points on the planet. I really believe this. We were just in Egypt for 11/11 last year, and all of us have different callings to different areas of the world. And Indonesia, Bali specifically, is an island that I feel is very close to my heart. Some of the videos that I'll be sharing, I say that I've been there 18 years, and I actually tracked it. It's been 20 years that I've been going there. We have a dear friend, Galen, who lives there that's on the call, and I get my dental work done there. And so I continued to return. It was all on purpose, right? So this, what do they call it? I am blinking on the word right now. Hello, perimenopause. It's like international travel, but dental work, doctor visits. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It'll come to me. It's okay. I'm gonna let it go. So the point is that I structured my life in a way where I can continue to revisit this place that I hold deep in my heart. I believe that those of us who are called there, that sometimes a soul remembrance occurs. So many people who come to Bali feel something ancient awaken within them. Like there's this spiritual tradition and intuitive remembrance that happens. And Bali is often associated with Lemurian consciousness, heart-centered living, devotion, a harmony with nature, the buildings and the architecture. We're going to get into some of that. The temple wisdom too. Like when you enter an ancient temple, it's we just drop straight into that wisdom and we receive messages and transmissions. There's also a lot of ancient earth knowledge. Like Bali itself is a power point. Mount Agung is one of the chakra points on our planet. And so every time I go, I feel like my intuition deepens. I receive the messages that are meant for me to receive. Something is activated within me. I receive information about the next chapter in my life. And I also activate dormant gifts within me. This ancient dance starts to come out of my body like I've done it before in past lives. I receive clarity and direction in my life. Some of the bigger questions of what's next for me, I get clarity when I'm there in Bali, when I actually slow down enough and listen. And so I'm really looking forward to sharing this journey through photos and videos and some of the past trips that I've been on to just deepen into the magic that Bali has to offer our soul. So I'm grateful that you're here. And for those of you who are on the replay, welcome. You are part of this fold, even though you're not present with us in this moment. So let's all start with the heart breath. I always like to start with the heart breath. So let's just take some deep breaths together. Feeling our body fill with prana, with air in our lungs. Feeling our belly and our chest expand with each inhale. Contract with each exhale. Yes. Letting go of everything it took to get here and the to-do list afterwards. And just breathe into the present here and now. Hmm. We ask that our benevolent beings, our ancestors across timelines and dimensions, ascended masters, guardian angels, and guides, the spirits of the ancestors of Bali, the land herself, be with us during this exploration, this conversation. May we receive the guidance, the transmissions, the messages that are meant for us at this present moment. And may it be for the highest and best good for all that's here. Yes, and so it is. And so it is. All right. Who's ready? Drop a yes in the chat. I'm excited for this. I can't tell you. I was literally up till 2 a.m. going through pictures and stuff and making the slideshow. And I love geeking out on things that I get excited about. So, yay, here we are together. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I see in the chat. Okay. So I periodically do what I call dancing with technology, and I'm doing that right now so I could pull up the slideshow. All right. Let's see. Can everyone see that? Yes? Okay. Wonderful. Beautiful. So let us start our journey together. Family, you are here with us in our hearts as we adventure this beautiful, majestic tropical island. And as we go on our journey, you can ask any questions that you want in the chat. Myself or Heather will answer. And at the end, we will open the call up to Q&A. I'm here to answer anything that you want to ask. What are you doing to resource yourself? Oh my goodness, this is heaven on earth. So grateful, so grateful. Thank you, Mama Bali, for your beauty and your grace and just the divine energy here. The people are so kind and friendly, and what better place than views like this? So, for people who have traveled internationally, Bali is very well known for breathtaking views, rice fields, beaches, the beautiful, majestic skies. There is definitely a rainy season, and when you're out of the rainy season and the weather is more mild, it really is just stunning. The views and the the feeling that you have when you're there. And so, again, it's known for its beauty, and here are some of my favorite views from some of my past trips. But more than views are the waterfalls, right? Bali is so abundant in the flow of water. And especially during the rainy season, these waterfalls can be like huge. They can be massive, and sometimes you can't even get into them. It's dangerous. And yet there's something about the purification of being in Mother Nature's water and how we are able to cleanse and purify our souls and our spirits when we are in these natural bodies of water. Yeah, Heather says, I love the fall on the bottom right. Just this clear water that's flowing. Sometimes it could be really muddy too. It depends on if it was after a heavy rain. But the point is that when I'm under a waterfall in Bali, the power of it and the feeling of it, it's like all these jets on my shoulder. It even gives me a massage, and it just feels so delightful. Of course, there's the beaches as well. Like, there are so many places that I hold dear in my heart. White sandy beaches, black sandy beaches. In fact, years ago, my husband and I found a stray cat on a black sand beach called Purnama Beach, which means full moon. And when we were there, we heard this like meow meow. And we're like, oh my goodness, what is that? And we looked around, and this kitten was hanging off of a ledge of an altar that they had created for a full moon ceremony. And we could tell that if it fell onto the sand, it would it would hurt its paws because literally my feet were burning and I had to wear my shoes. And so we rescued the cat. We looked around. There is literally nobody, like a kilometer in each direction. And so we took it to the local village and the little shop and we asked, "Do you know whose cat this is?" They're like, "No, no, no." And my driver really gave us the blessing and the permission and said, "It looks like that's your cat now." And we brought it home to our villa and we cared for it. And a couple weeks later, we needed to leave and come back to the States. And it flew home. And we had that beautiful, beloved spirit with us. Cats are revered in Bali too. So we were able to have it on like we were able to have it on the handlebars of our motorbike. We were able to bring it into any of the restaurants. They're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you can. Here, feed the cat. Give the water, give the water to the cat." It was really precious. So I have a soft spot in my heart for the animals that are in Bali as well. Oh, the flowers. The moment I get off the plane, I could just smell the plumeria in the air. They call it frangipani there. And the like literally the moment that I smell it, I'm like, I'm home. I'm home. And so everywhere I go, a lot of the villas that I stay at has plumeria trees in the bathroom. A lot of the bathrooms are outdoors. And so you're literally walking on plumeria blossoms. I'll pick them up and put them in my ear or my hair. Also the lotus as well. I have a dear friend, Tangelina, who is now running a lotus farm, blue and white lotus, and she harvests them and dries them, and it's a place that I want to visit when we're there. So the flowers are incredible always. The architecture, oh, can I say enough about the architecture? When you grow your sustainable building materials, your bamboo, and then you utilize it in unison with nature, there's a completely different feeling when you step into these spaces. For instance, this little guy here, it feels like you're in Avatar. This is a new structure. They are building individual rooms at Bamboo Inda outside of Ubud, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And so there's something to be said about utilizing the materials that can be sustainably grown there on the land as your building materials. This is the port to get on the boat to go to the island of Lembongan off of Bali. The statues, massive statues, some of them built out of just one piece of stone. The carvers are masters. There is one particular carving shop that I like to go to in Ubud that has stone and wood carvings, and they are impeccable. Like every little tiny detail just worked out and so eloquent and beautiful. And it's powerful too. And sometimes you come upon ones that have the sacred symbols, right? The flower of life here under the paw, barongs and ogo-ogos and all these different symbols that come through in the carvings. The doorways, the portals, these activated doorways, depending on where you are, what temple that you're at, and what building you're going into, they're so ornamental. They are so powerful. And I really, really enjoy just being in the presence of each and every one of them. Here, my child, my beautiful son Cadence is in this carved doorway. I mean, impressive. So impressive. And it just shows the mastery of the artisans that live there. In fact, years ago, we wanted to have a door carved for our home. And the people who had the shipping container that it was going to go into ended up like dropping out, just totally MIA. So we never got that door. But every time I see the details in these doorways, I'm highly just impressed and loving it. And wow, just wow. Ah, all right. I lost my place. Give me a moment. I'm gonna put on my glasses. Yay. Okay. The shows. The shows are incredible. Oh, the cultural experience of being at a gamelan show or one of the kick-tack dances, the monkey dance. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And the again, the elaborate costuming, the beautiful dancing. In fact, when I watch certain dances, I'm like, I know that dance. I feel it in my bones. It's this memory, this remembrance that comes back. This show in particular was one that my son really loved when he was young. And we were there, and here's a little tiny clip of it.
Now he's gonna bite his own butt.
Yes, Kachak dance. Thank you, Galen, for correcting me. And please do so. I'm just starting to really, even it's been 2 decades, I'm still really learning the language. Um, and I believe this one is a barong dance. Is that true, Galen? Yeah, our local
Yes,
expert. Okay,
yes.
awesome. Yes. Oh, let me tell you about the spas. Just divine. Even the simple ones in the middle of downtown Ubud, which is a hub for international uh, yogis and meditators and vegans. And Ubud itself really is a beautiful community of international friends. It's our international tribe. And every time I go there, I run into people that I know. I run into new friends. I meet new people. And I just feel so at home when I'm there. It's a little bit more towards the center of the island. I believe the closest beach is like a 25-minute bike ride. And Ubud is such a cultural center because not only do we have the local culture and artwork, they really do cater to Western travelers. So the food is amazing, and we'll get into that in a moment. They really know what we desire and the a certain level of comfort. And the spas are just incredible. And I'll tell you what, when we were there last, we got a foot massage almost every night. And bless their soul, and we would tip them really good. An hour-long foot massage was about $9 US. So you really get to treat yourself. One spa I will show you a couple videos of. It's called Champawan, and their spa is incredible. And I had a 4-hour session with massage, facial, body scrub, a flower bath, and time in the like the hot spring pools and sauna. And it was just incredible. It's 4 hours and it was about $45. So you really get to treat yourself when you're there. You really get time to drop in and relax and rejuvenate and renew yourself. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite parts. All right, beloveds. So, the food is amazing. Depending on what part of the island, there when we first started traveling 20 years ago, we would get to certain parts of the island and I'm like, "Do you have any salad?" And they're like, "What is a salad?" Right? And I'm like, "You see this little garnish on the side of the plate? Could you just bring me a whole plate of that?" So again, as I said, Ubud and Uluwatu and certain surrounding areas are really starting to cater to the international travelers and the expats that live there and have so many vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free options. And it's just fresh. It's like straight from the land, especially all the fresh fruit. I love tropical fruit. I don't know about you. Drop a yes in the chat if you're a tropical fruit lover. Yeah, Heather's like, my mouth is watering, right? The dragon fruit, the mango, the pineapple, the banana, rambutans, just really unique fruits that we typically might not have in other certain leches too. And just the quality of the preparation and like the feeling of like grandma cooked this food for me. You know, there's love and there's intention and a lot of infusions too. A lot of different like, you know, Balinese meets Japanese or Balinese meets Chinese. We love the Balinese food. We like a lot of spice in our food. You don't have to have spice, but the food is one of the big selling points for us when we go to Bali because we are foodies. Our family is foodies. That's my husband and my son Cadence. And yeah, it's one of the highlights for us when we're traveling there. So the local artwork, right? Again, as I mentioned with the portals, I mean, look at the details in some of these carvings. It's just incredible. This is a mask that I purchased from one of my mask makers in Mosque Village. I mean, each and every piece is just so exquisite. Yeah. And also, I'm a shopper. I like to say it. Some of my favorite clothing designers actually get their things created. Clothing and jewelry designers get their things created and produced in Bali. And so I have some of my favorite places that, you know, if you come with us, I would love to share some of these favorite places. The boutiques are incredible, the stained glass, the jewelry, even the traditional pieces that I resonate with, like this Balinese dancing crown. Some of the jewelry makers, mostly up in Tampak Sering. I mean, just whew, amazing. Yeah. And then there's all these sweet little inspirational messages along the way. Some of the restaurants will use flowers to create messages on their staircase. And you get these sweet little reminders all the time. An open hand is a good sign. We are all one. Be grateful. Own your power. There's no time like the present. There's a new restaurant that I hadn't been to before, and on the floor it says, "You look yum." I think that was at Mudra in Ubud. So, Bali is more than these things. Bali is more than all of these combined. Bali is a place where we can connect not only with ourselves, but with all of Mother Nature, with the seasons, with the elements. And so Bali is considered one of the power points on the earth. For centuries, Bali has been revered as a sacred island for ceremony, devotion, spirit, nature remaining deeply intertwined. And many believe that Bali actually sits on a powerful earth ley line. Are we familiar with ley lines, dragon lines? right? PowerPoint number one is actually Giza Plateau in Egypt. Okay, so Bali sits on its own energetic vortex and it supports healing. It supports awakening. It supports purification and spiritual activation. And at the heart of the island stands Mount Agung, the volcano. And it's revered by the Balinese Hindus as the spiritual axis of Bali, or what they call the navel of the world. It's like the central point. And in fact, when I was visioning this upcoming pilgrimage with my beautiful driver, Wayan, he said, we must go to Mount Agung and get permission. And so I'll explain a little bit later, but we went to Mount Agung. We went to an ashram with Masku. And while we were there, he gave us permission. He said, yes, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful vision. The mountain is saying, yes, I'm feeling Mount Agung inviting you and your group and your participants to be here. And so I felt deeply honored. And from that point forward, the vision started to be birthed. So, in spiritual traditions and modern earth energy teachings, Mount Agung is often recognized as a major earth chakra point, as I mentioned, a planetary purification center, a powerful ley line intersection, a gateway between heaven and earth, right? The Besakih temple, the dragon temple, is right at the trailhead to get to the top of Mount Agung. And so this is the gateway between heaven and earth. And it's a sacred site that's connected to transformation and rebirth. And it's also where we will gather for a fire initiation ceremony. And so Mount Agung has always called me. I'm a fire dancer, have been for 25 years, and there's something about an active volcano. I love Hawaii and Pele. There's something about an active volcano that just calls me to it. It's like dancing with the warm, molten, crystalline core of Mother Earth herself. So each time I travel to Bali, there is something within me that remembers. There's something within me that gets activated. There's something within me that awakens. And I want to bring that gift to others. My family have experienced, our tribe has experienced it, and our international friends that we meet there have experienced it. And unlike other retreats that come to Bali, I've never quite heard about this structure that I'm going to share with you. Usually, when you go to Bali, you go to one place and you're there for a week or 10 days and you learn a certain modality or a certain type of yoga, or it's a cleansing retreat, right? What I envisioned, and I was sitting in the pyramids of Chi when this vision came through. It's a sound healing chamber. They do ancient sound healing in. And I fully got a transmission and said, we're supposed to travel around the island and experience the four elements of the island. And for me, I have been hosting portal day gatherings for many, many years now. In fact, my husband and I just celebrated our 15 year for 1111 portal, and we were in Egypt for it in 2025. And I said, four. There's something about the four. I was like, 4-4 portal, 4-4 portal. And I just kept hearing it and feeling it and was like, the four elements, 4-4 portal, four elements, 4-4 portal. I was like, that's it. And so I started talking with Wayan about it, and then we got the blessing from Mount Agung. So I wanted to share with you this vision and this opportunity and how the magic of Bali can activate and awaken something within your own soul and deepen into your why you feel called to Mama Bali and this powerful point on earth. Alethea says, wow, this is a juicy, spectacular vision. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. And Galen says also Chiluk is famous for its jewelry. So Chiluk is like Silvertown, basically. And yeah, they do have some incredible pieces there. All right, I am going to dance with technology and pull this up again. So the sacred sites are magical. I am a sacred site seeker. How many of you are sacred site seekers? Let me know. Yes, in the chat. Like, I am just drawn to sacred sites. I want to know about them. I want to feel their energy, their frequency. They were created and built for a reason. Even when we were there in Egypt and the pyramids and the temples and just the ancient wisdom that channeled through, knowing that they are meant for a purpose here on the planet. And so I have committed to visiting as many sacred sites on this planet as possible and look forward to going to Stonehenge and Machu Picchu and various other sites as well. The daily devotion and prayers that happen there are so potent. It is literally woven into daily life. And each day they create these prayers. Galen, if you could put in the chat what they're called. And this is one woman making multiple prayers. So beautiful. And outside of every home or building or business is this small little temple that you put the prayers in, and it has some kind of flowers, rice, a piece of candy, and incense, and it's very intentionally placed there each and every day.
Big ceremony coming up, yeah. So extra prayers today in our little temple.
As you can see with this, there was several pieces of fruit. Yeah, yeah. And so this daily devotion continues not just in the home or in front of the businesses, it happens in the streets. There have been many times that I'm on my way traveling somewhere on the island and traffic is stopped because there's this procession, this beautiful parade of locals who are chanting, singing, praying, playing the gamelan. And this is a common occurrence in Bali. And just the devotion. This is the Besakih temple at the entrance point of the trailhead to the top of Mount Agung. Today is Galungan. Today is Galungan. Oh, I don't know why that's showing up like that. So Galungan is a combination, or well, first of all, it's one of the holidays. So the Balinese celebrate many, many holidays. They, through their devotion, have so many, many times during the year where they take time off work. I mean, come on. Who knows better to relax, rejuvenate, be with family, share food, be in ceremony, and the deep reverence that happens during these holidays, during these ceremonies. So Galungan is all about it's one of the most holy days in Balinese Hindu tradition, but it's the victory over Dharma versus Adharma, right? The triumph of truth and harmony and unity and devotion and light over the forces of darkness and illusion and separation and imbalance. And so to me, it feels like a really powerful reflection for all of us because within every human life, we experience it of how we choose to love, what kind of fears come up for us that we need to address, how we return to our inner truth, our intuition, how we tap into unseen guidance, how we unite with our sacred forces to help us remember who we are. And so, what a beautiful day to be sharing this Bali Revisited. This is one of the reasons I chose today to be the moment that we are in this session together. Because it is a balance, right? We all live in this balance of light and dark. We all want to honor these lessons. We want to honor our ancestors. We want to be in communion with what our soul's purpose and mission is, and be in devotion and ceremony around our callings. And so it is definitely a powerful celebration. And they usually line the roads with these beautiful tall bamboo that arches over, and it's all ornate and flowers and all these beautiful decorations. I mean, it is just gorgeous when this and Nippy too, their New Year's, just everything is so elaborate and gorgeous. So, yes. All right, my dears, I am going to dance with technology once again. So I wanted to share with you Galungan because it is today. Well, in Bali, it was yesterday, right? Because it's 15 hours ahead. So we're 15 hours behind, but we're celebrating it today in our hearts. So when I was I'm going to just show this for a moment. So when I was in Bali in 2019, I was there for a solo trip, another dental visit, and one of my favorite waterfalls. I like to go there because I receive clear transmissions when I'm there. And it was September of 2019, and I very clearly got this message that the 1111 gatherings that I had been hosting in my home and got bigger into a bigger home and got into a retreat center, that it was going to get bigger than that too. And then I was supposed to bring it internationally, that I was supposed to birth something else. And I began visualizing 1111 Unified Network. What happens when I get home about 5 months later was lockdown. And so I hosted my first large virtual event, almost 2,000 people registered for 1111 that year in 2020. And that's when 1111 Unified Network was birthed. And this video I'm about to show you was the moment that it was birthed inside my heart. And so powerful transmissions occur there. And I felt this like the spirit of the island just flowing through me, and light language and song and things came through me. And so I just want to share this moment with you. Oh, I can barely hear it. Heather, hold on a second. Heather, I did adjust the volume, but I'm literally in Canva. I'm going to do it in real time, folks. Here we go. You're going to hear the waterfall in the background. Even more, even more. Whoops. Ooh. A very personal and private moment for me, and I just felt called to share it with you. So I've had many paths lead me to Bali over the 20 years, and I'm hoping that this path will be yours to come to Bali with us. This is a video of my most recent trip. I just returned 2 months ago. I was at the Champawan Spa and had just been talking with my driver about creating a pilgrimage. And yes, I'm in a bikini, but I wanted to share this moment with you because this is literally how the pilgrimage was birthed. So, my driver, Ryan, and I have been talking about our trip to Bali and what we're going to do and where we're going to go and how we're going to serve all of you. And I'm so grateful for him. I've known him 18 years now. I've been coming here 18 years. In fact, my husband and I were planning on building a home here for a while, and then COVID lockdown happened. And when we came back, the building materials were like 4 times the cost. So, needless to say, we do enjoy trying out new villas every time we're here. I definitely have my favorite places, and that is where we're going to be taking you. So, we're looking at the dates of mid-March to mid-April 2027, so we could be here for 4/4 Portal Day. Yeah. And so was birthed for Bali, where we travel through the different elements. We first start in Ubud for earth and go to fire for Mount Agung, and then water on Lembongan Island, a nearby island, and air is Kayu Putih. And the reason it is in this order is that Wayan was sharing with me that when somebody passes away in Bali, that at first you're buried. And then they dig up the body and they actually cremate it. And then they take it to water and like the ocean or a waterfall, and it's dispersed into the air to get into the water. And so that is why we are not following the traditional north, east, southwest, the 4 elements. So it's pretty cool. I love learning more and more about this beautiful culture every time I'm there. So we're going to start with Earth. And I'm going to share some of my favorite spots and beautiful things to do when we're in Ubud. So the pyramids of Chi are incredible. This is the Sun Pyramid. This is the Moon Pyramid. And this is the Earth Pyramid. Built by an Australian couple just outside of Ubud. And we will have our opening ceremony inside the Earth Pyramid. And then we will experience the ancient sound healing inside the Sun Pyramid. This is what the room looks like. The frequency, the reverberance of this beautiful sound healing chamber is so powerful. And I hope to experience it with some of you. Of course, there is the ever known around the world yoga barn ecstatic dance that happens on Sundays, and it is my intention for us to go there. Yoga barn ecstatic dance. Our first stop of the day. And one of my favorite places to work out and swim laps and have my child with me, Titi Batu. One of our favorite pools in Bali, complete with an exercise gym, steam room, sauna, cold plunge, classes for the kids, gymnastics, martial arts, swimming. It's pretty epic.
We love Titi Batu.
Yes, we do. And then, of course, Champawan, where my message of how the pilgrimage started. This spa is incredible. The one that I told you I spent 4 hours at for like 35 or $45. Look at that! These hand-carved statues around the pools, in the pools. Can you just feel the relaxation that happens at Champawan? Oh my goodness. This is Bamboo Inda, also an incredible space.
Coming, yeah. Sauna, cold plunge, like, I don't know.
Go, we're gonna go for Jill's gonna take us for a cruise round.
Okay. The kids.
Okay then.
Just the architecture there is amazing. These are all beautiful natural spring pools right along the river.
Wow. Oh my goddess.
Just incredible. Here's a bike ride through Ubud, just a little bit. I just wanted you to get a feel for Ubud and what it has to offer because Ubud to me is like the heart of our international tribe. It's the place where we converge. It's the place where we can feel at home. And then from there, we go out and explore the island and other beaches, etc. And so Ubud has always been our home when we go there. Ubud is where we were considering and thinking of building our home when we were talking about being there. It's like a central hub. And as I said, you could be walking down the street and see people that you know. It's just incredible. And the people there are so kind and so loving. And I have found one particular thing, like when we're shopping, when they're in a Ubud and they're in a brick and mortar in a Ubud, all the prices are like 3 or 4 times. And so I've gotten really good at finding the surrounding villages that make that carving or make that piece of jewelry or make that piece of clothing. And so one of my favorite things to do is to go to those villages and actually honor the artisans that are making the items and pay them directly for those items. So Ubud is amazing. Love it so much. And that's where we're going to start because it's earth, it's grounding, it's centering, it is the jungle itself. To me, it's the breathing heart of people like us and people who want to visit, right? Like the Balinese culture is deep and rich there, and yet it is the tourist place, right? Like it is the spot that caters to our needs, our desires, our wants. I mean, the last time we were there, it was like so many of the buildings were refurbished and remodeled, and I was like, oh, they really get us now. Like they really understand what it is that makes us feel comfortable and excited to be there. So, but then I love going outside of that energy and that vortex, because it could certainly be a vortex, and travel to other places. And so fire is Mount Agung, right? Transformation, purification, activation, rebirth, all the energy of fire, burning away the old that no longer no longer is needed so that something new can be reborn. And so when we go to Mount Agung, there is this beautiful resort that we found called Mahagiri. And this is some of the views of Mahagiri. That's the restaurant.
Doing a little bit of research for our pilgrimage we want to host to Bali.
That's our driver, Wyong.
This is one of the places.
And there's the view of Mount Agung. We're actually like, that's the peak of it, and we're kind of on the edges of it. So the ashram is a little higher up the mountain. Everything has been curated very intentionally.
More bigger capacity, maybe more than easy to fill.
There's the villas, the rooms.
Yeah.
Cool. And then some more of the view.
By this time, April, May,
There's opportunities to go
July,
whitewater rafting.
August, potentially, you get a good weather.
Yeah. And then once we get to Mahagiri, we will the next day go to visit Manku. And he is a Hindu priest and a psychic. I had an incredible reading with him last time I was there at his ashram. And his ashram is right next to the Besakih Dragon Temple. So our fire ceremony will take place right here. This is a fire pit. And we will all have the opportunity to really experience fire. In fact, those who are courageous enough, I'm going to bring palm torches and fuel, and you could hold fire in your hands as we experience the power and the element of fire and transformation and burning away what no longer serves us and putting that piece of paper into the fire of all the things that you are releasing from your life. And this is Manku himself.
So beautiful. Suksama, terima kasih.
He's amazing. And then we're just a short walk to the Besakih Temple.
Oh, we should have brought an umbrella. In case it dumps upon us.
So here's the thing. The Besakih Temple, they have what they call the Karya ceremony that happens after Nippi. So Nippi is their New Year's in early March. And then at the next new moon after Nippi, 10 days later is their Karya ceremony. And that actually happens for 21 days. So I would say the majority of the Balinese people will travel to the Besakih Temple and be a part of this ceremony. So when Andrew and I were there, we were there kind of at the end of the ceremony and the end of the 21 days. So things were kind of closing up, but there was still a lot of people there. And when we're there, we're going to be there closer to the beginning. I think we'll be there for like the 7th or 8th day of the ceremony. And so this is the temple itself. And then when we're inside and praying, and we're all invited to wear our traditionals, and you will be given traditional sarong and everything that you'll need to be in reverence to the temple. Just amazing. Amazing, amazing. And after I received that transmission and that moment of prayer, we actually went to four different temples on the mountain. And when we ended at the final temple and we walked back to the ashram, this is the message that I shared.
Deep bow of gratitude for this beautiful experience here at the main temple on Mount Agung. It is special full moon ceremony, their first full moon after Nippy New Year's, and it goes for 21 days. And so I wish to bring pilgrims here to experience this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's our fire. Getting into the fire and the transformation in our life. Next, we would move into water. And we actually will leave the island of Bali and go to a neighboring island called Lembongan. And here we'll experience flow and emotional healing and clearing and the divine feminine energy of flow, right? Like water is that element that can even break rock when it has a direction, when it has a way to flow. Nothing can obstruct it. So, going to the island of Lembongan, we will take a speedboat there. And here are a little tidbits of that. That's Bali there in the background and Mount Agung. And then our arrival to Lembongan.
Lembongan. Here we come.
Yeah, I love that. So, Galen is reminding us that, to go into any temple, you must wear a sarong and a kabaya. Kabaya is the woman's shirt with the long sleeves and it buttons up. And the men very specifically have a certain kind of headband hat. And yeah, they have a sash and a headpiece. So what will happen is when we're at the ashram, we will have somebody coming and delivering these outfits to us, and you choose the ones you want, unless you actually want to purchase your own in Ubud before we go out to Mount Agung. Thank you, Galen. This is the hotel that we'll be staying at when we're on Lembongan. Mahagiri. There's these beautiful beaches, and I'm just gonna trajectory forward too because I'm looking at the time, so I won't play everything. But the Lembongan beaches are amazing. These white sandy beaches,
We found the hotel.
beautiful places to swim along the way.
And right here on the beach, we could take any of these boats to swim with the manta rays, to scuba, to snorkel, to the Blue Lagoon.
Yes. So we will swim with the manta rays. We have a snorkel trip planned. If you are a scuba diver, you can also do the scuba diving. And then we will have our oceanfront water ceremony there in front of Mahagiri on Lembongan. Then we will take a bike ride to Bonita Island nearby to visit the Emerald Pools.
That's a good mess.
And I don't know if you ride a motorbike or been on a motorbike, but it is so much fun.
Sea turtle.
I've never seen real sea turtles here.
That was the first time my son had seen a sea turtle in his whole life. It's kind of cute. All right, beloved. So, what would happen after we go home to Bali from Lembongan for water? We go up to Kayu Putih, which is overlooking the Lovina shore of Bali. It's like North Bali, but our hotel would be up in the mountains. And so this is a beautiful space called the Damai Resort, which also means peace. Galen says Lembongan is her first choice for getaways. I love that. So the Peace Resort, up on the mountain overlooking Lovina, absolutely beautiful, beautiful villas. They have their own pools, and there is an incredible 700-year-old banyan tree. I mean, look, this is a man right here. I mean, ancient tree, right? And along the way, we're always connecting. We're always connecting to the land. We are in reverence. We are bringing abundance to the culture and the people and every place that we visit. We are gifting. We are gifting the community in every way that we can as they bless us. Then we will actually spend 4/4 Portal Day here at the Buddhist temple. And we have a very special area of the temple that we have accommodated and rented out for our 4/4 Portal Day experience, which is a combination of meditation, visualization, and breath work, right? Because we're in the air element at this point. So it's a lot of breath work. I might even be bringing in a co-facilitator. And one of the fun parts that we're going to do when we're in the air segment of the trip is the Balinese love making kites and flying them. And so we're going to have a kite making class and we can fly our kites together. And you can create any shape, any color, anything that you want. And then we will go down to the shore of Lovina and have a dolphin swim off the coast. So the boat has this bar and you're wearing a mask and a snorkel and they just follow the dolphins and you get to have an incredible moment with these sentient beings. So what happens? Because to me, there's more than 4 elements, right? There's actually 5. There's spirit. And yet, because we're there for 4/4 Portal Day, I said, okay, it's the 4 elements. And yet, we are going to return back to Ubud for spirit, for that 5th element, for the ether, for the center, for the central energy. And so, one of the things that we're going to do on the way home to Ubud is visit the Toya Devasya Hot Spring Water Slide Park at Batar Lake, which I absolutely love and adore. And it's a purple water slide park. It's a hot spring purple water slide park. I mean, come on. I'm a purple fanatic and I love it. And it's so much fun. And yeah, so this is what we're going to do on our way home to Bali or to Ubud. It is so precious. Here comes my family down the water slide. There's my boys. 3, 2. Here's me going down the water slide with my son. Oh gosh, I think he was probably about 7 or 8 at that time. He's 11 now. Like I said, we've been many times, so. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. And if you aren't a water slide fan, then you could totally just swim and lounge. And there's a restaurant and a bar. You can do whatever you want if you don't want to slide down a water slide. So when we get back to Ubud, one of the visits we'll have is at Bamboo Inda. They have an amazing little like spa area that they've started to create. With a wood fire burning copper hot tub across the river from the main spring pools. Your first real hot tub experience in Bali? Yeah, most most
wood fire.
Balinese homes
Copper.
and resorts don't have hot tubs. It's too hot there to be in a hot tub. So there's only pools. Anyhow, this part of Bamboo Indo is absolutely gorgeous. They have a sauna, and then they actually have the cold plunges. They have these amazing like two vessels that kind of look like cocoons that you dip into, and then they have a thermometer telling you how cold it is. And like Wim Hof has traveled to Bali many, many times, and he himself kind of like approved these cold plunges and was like, yes, this is accurate. So, and then we will complete our journey at the Purutirat Tirta Empul water temple. And this is just outside Ubud, kind of a little closer to Tampak Sering. But this is where we will have our final blessing and our closing ceremony. And so traditionally you go, you are in your sarong, your wrap, and you say a prayer and a blessing at each and every one of those water spigots. So it's a process, especially if it's crowded, and it's also so powerful and incredible and amazing. So if you are ready to be lost in paradise with us, we would love to have you for our pilgrimage. Also, the way that the dates have lined up for the pilgrimage, which I will share with you in a moment, we will be ending pretty much right before the Bali Spirit Festival happens. And so this is a high-end international music festival called Bali Spirit, and singers like Dea Dova and others have performed there.
Our crystalline waters together, drinking it in, feeling all that light moving through our bodies, make us sound a complete embodiment.
Dea Dova, many of my friends dance with her, and her and I actually had some hang time together in Egypt for 11/11. And she's incredible. She actually goes to sacred sites and PowerPoints and ley lines on the planet and channels music and song from those PowerPoints. So I don't know if she'll be at Bali Spirit next year, but she definitely is one of the mainstays because it's close to home for her. She's an Aussie, and going to Bali is like us in California going to Hawaii. It's close by. It's like the tropical island getaway. So our family invites you. We invite you. We invite you to 4/4 Bali pilgrimage. If you're leaning in, if you're feeling any yes in your body at all, then we open our arms to you, and we want to let you know that we're here in service to you, and that the higher calling of bringing people to Bali is something that I feel deeply passionate about, deeply like this is a part of my mission, part of my purpose, is to lead people to sacred sites on the planet. Bali being one that I hold close to my heart, having gone for the last 20 years. It was kind of a no-brainer. It was like, okay, yeah, it's time to bring people to Bali and to experience the beauty and the majesty and the magic that's there for our souls to awaken and activate within us. So after just a couple more things that I want to share with you, I will open up to Q&A. So if you have any questions at all, I'm here to answer them. I would love to find out more about your why and what's helping you lean into this and why you even showed up tonight, because that's part of why we're here, is to just be in community and begin to understand why this is such an important place for us to visit right now. So I'm going to dance with technology. I'm going to just bring up two more things here. So this is a beloved who, some beloveds who traveled to Egypt with us, and they just want to let you know what kind of hostess I am.
I would love to share with you my experience on this sacred pilgrimage, led by the beautiful Anastara Malka. Just how grounded and connected and clear she is, how diverse her abilities are, how tuned in she was to each of us, and like she is connected with the best of the best to be doing this work. I couldn't have imagined a more perfect experience for my life and where I'm at. Just thank you.
Thank you, Anastara and Andrew, for all you've done. All you've done. Oh my God. I mean, I know that everything behind the scenes is way more than we even anticipated. So thank you, thank you, thank you again from the bottom of my heart for Andrew and Anastara. We couldn't have done this without you, obviously.
So if you have ever been called in your heart to go on a pilgrimage, just know that Anastara will provide an incredible experience for you. And I would say yes.
Hmm. And then this is Maria Claudia.
If you feel a calling to learn more, if you feel a calling to visit divine sites and be treated like a queen, like a goddess, the accommodations that Anastara has provided are top-notch. We are taken care of, fed, and just nurtured the way that I have never been nurtured before. And I know that it is something that is going to come with me in forever. Mm-hmm. So if you feel so inclined and you have a calling, Anastara might be the one for you. Anastara is the one for you if you are looking to really connect with the goddess within you. And so say yes to yourself, say yes to your opportunities.
I love that. And this is Eric.
Hi, my name is Eric. I can't tell you enough how special the experience was, particularly with Anastara. She is a force, a beautiful force that can really help to create an incredible experience, not just personally, but collectively, the whole group. We became a family, and she really helped facilitate that. Such beautiful attention to detail, really making us feel safe and secure, and always on hand to offer her support, whether that's physical support or emotional support. She really has a beautiful way of weaving spirituality and playfulness and humor. I really enjoyed that about her, just how down to earth she is, and yet she's very, very connected with spirit, let's say. And yeah, the first time I met her, she came in with this incredible aura, and it kind of set me aback, and I was like, wow, yeah, I really need to know who this person is and what she's about. And you can't ask for more of a host and a tour guide. So blessings.
Oh, so sweet. I love them all. So, Candace, I'm so grateful you'll be traveling with us. Heather, hopefully you are. Galen, we'll see you when you're there. And I just want to invite you, if you're leaning in, if this feels right for you, to just reach out and have a one-on-one with me. So my offer to you right now is that we get on a call together, and then we get on a Zoom call together, just one-on-one, and we talk about it. We have a heart to heart. We discuss your soul calling to Bali, maybe deepening into your why. I can answer any questions that you have. We could see if you're a right fit for the 4/4 Bali Mystic Initiation and Sacred Pilgrimage. So you can take your phone and actually open your camera and scan this flow code, this QR code in the bottom right-hand corner. Or you can use the link that Heather is going to put in the chat. And yeah, that's going to be the way for us to just connect. I already had my call with Candace and several others, and it's just a way for us to really make sure that we're the right fit, like energetically, that we're aligned, that you are ready to have a spiritual experience and a journey to Bali and not just a relaxing retreat. Because, there's going to be some moments where we're hiking or we're crawling into something or we're being active about where we're journeying and the capacity to be able to do that. So, I'm really looking forward to speaking with some of you one-on-one about this. And again, the pilgrimage itself is 4/4 Mystic Initiation. The dates are March 25th to April 11th, 2027. And we will be journeying through the 4 elements and then returning to Ubud for Spirit. And if you want to stay longer, you can go to Bali Spirit Festival. So that's the alignment. Those are the dates. And it is a sacred journey. It's not a tourist experience. My intention always is that we have a ceremonial and sacred experience with these sacred sites and these PowerPoints and these ley lines on the planet. It's not my dharma to just bring tourists and take pictures and walk away. There is something much deeper here that we'll be experiencing together. The devotion, the prayers, the ceremony, the intention, all of it is here for us to co-create together. And even though I'm leading and guiding the pilgrimage, all of us are going to have something to contribute. Very much like when we were in Egypt, each person brought in their wisdom, each person brought in their codes, each person brought something to the table to share. In fact, there were several times that other people taught a yoga class in the morning or a Kundalini breathwork or something else. And it was wonderful. So we're all going to contribute. It's a co-creation, it's a collaboration, it's cooperation. And I'm so excited to see who is going to align, who's going to be our aligned star family and constellation that will be with us on pilgrimage to Bali. So, yeah. Thank you all so much again to book that session. And I'll open the call in just a moment when I end the recording. But that session again is the Sacred Activation session. Go ahead and use this code right here, the flow code, to open it up. Look for the date and time that works best for you. If you don't see something that works for you, then you can go ahead and email me. We're going to put that email in the chat as well. Anistara1111 @gmail. ANISTARA1111 @gmail. And then the actual website to the pilgrimage too. I would love for you to take a look, see how it feels, let it mull around in your body, and yeah, see if it aligns for you. So that's at honestar.com/Bali-pilgrimage-2027. For those of you who are on the replay or on YouTube, I just wanted to make sure I spelled that out to you. So again, it's Anistara, ANISTARA.com/Bali-pilgrimage-2027. All right, beloveds, thank you so much for joining us on Galungan. And I will open the call to Q&A for those who are here in person. It is always such a blessing to be here and sharing with all of you, community. Mwah. I hope you create a beautiful day for yourself.